Thanks, Concordia. Minister, I was watching you earlier on the screen and you talked about here doing more connections. Am I correct in saying, Minister, under this contract, that if Air go into the intervention area and do a connection to somebody that might get high-speed broadband, that NBI or McCourt is paid for it? Isn't that correct? Well,
do you want to answer?
That's a question. You might answer it.
Yeah. No. So the intervention area is defined.
Yeah.
If a commercial provider provides a service in there, NBI can ask. They can say that that they don't want to provide a service in there anymore, that it's not commercially viable, that it's costing them money as a result, and they can apply for a compensation payment. So if it's interrupting their plan, if that area was in between two areas that they were trying to connect, they could apply for a compensation payment. But they can also opt to connect them themselves as well and give them a second connection. And they've indicated to me that they are not going to opt for compensation payments in any case, and so far they've just connected up a second connection to anybody who's in the encroachment area.
So you're saying to me that if Air went in and done 50 houses where they have the high-speed broadband, that McCourt doesn't get any money? Are you saying that to me? Because I've read the contract.
That NBI could apply for a compensation
so they can
payment,
get paid.
and if they can show a loss of revenue as a result, and that it's more expensive for them to deploy the network, then that would be adjudicated,
Minister,
and they could get a payment. But none of these payments have been made.
Who would sign a contract like that?
Sorry?
Who would sign a contract like that to basically that if I don't even do the work, I'm going to get paid? What civil servant would allow a minister to sign something like that?
I mean, I guess if you want me to explain why a previous administration signed a contract, I think we're now into sort of.
I'm going to move on because I've only 5 minutes.
My focus is on delivering the contract as it is. If you want to look at what the rationale was for the terms of the contract, I'd probably have to go back and speak to the people who signed the contract.
Right.
We have a working contract.
You might be able to answer.
My focus is making sure that everybody complies with the terms of the contract and make sure that everybody gets broadband in the rural areas as fast as possible.
You might be able to answer this one. Why were people who put in their postcode and were told that they would have broadband in 2021 or 2022, why are they now getting it back that it could be 2025, 2026?
Well, if you can give me examples of those, I'll trace them down and find an answer for you. I don't doubt you for a second. But as with any rollout, there are developments and changes, and people's dates move. And at the start, I asked that people be told honestly which year we were planning to connect them, even if it did disappoint them to find out that they were in the 6th or the 7th year. And what that meant is that as things change, as the rollout progresses, if it's found that something is going to be later or earlier, that person gets an email saying, your connection date has changed, has been revised, this is what your revised connection date is. But I think it's better to tell people the truth and tell people as things change as we go along, rather than just giving them an open-ended promise that sometime in the next 7 years that they'll get their broadband. Can
I just give you a bit of an insight, because I would know the game fairly well, and I'd know a lot of the contractors, not the main contractors or the subcontractor, but I would know a lot of the ordinary contractors with their hedge cutters and that does the different types of work for them. And can I just tell you what's going on out there? Because so many people don't realise. First of all, when it comes to hedge cutting, they are doing the minimum, that there's going to be problems in a year or 2 years. The way it's measured with Air, and Air weren't going to go throwing money at you, but it's the surveying that was done is unbelievable. I'll tell, I don't know where they got some of the engineers out of that done the surveying. With the hedge cutting that's gone on and the way that they're pricing it, there's contractors walking away from it. You don't see this, Minister, but in the ordinary people that's doing the work out there on the ground, there is savage problems that's not being recognised. And I think it's about time that your department go out and talk to the ordinary Joe Soap, not the guys in the suits that's going around bluffing and some other word I'd use, BS, to people. But the guys that's out there doing the work, and they've done it for years with the likes of Air. And as I say, Air wouldn't be throwing money at you by no way, and I never say that. But as bad as they were, when they were cutting the they've certain heights under even the line now. That's the way it's gone. And you miss a piece, and if you only do a certain piece, then you don't get paid for that. It's absolutely horrendous the way it's been done, because down the road you have to put in the machine again to cut it. I'm taking up Marion Harker's time. And I would ask you just to try and get someone to go out and talk to the ordinary people that's doing the work on the ground. I understand you with the blockages and everything. I think councils as well should be letting them, that happen to be getting licenses and all that, that should be helped. But I would ask you to go out and look at that, because if people only knew what's going on in this broadband, they'd be frightened.
Thank you.